Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia from shiftmag.dev. Currently we are at Shift conference in Zadar, and today we are going to talk about developer experience. My guest is James Q. Quick. He is very famous, I will say, I'm free to say tech influencer also, but don't laugh, it's true. And also head of developer experience at Make Swift company. Welcome, James. Long
you.
time no see.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We had the opportunity to talk 2 years ago at
Yeah.
Shift conference
Yeah.
too. What made you come back, and what do you like the most here?
Yeah. I kind of missed out last year. I also had, at the time, a 1.5-year-old, and they reached out, I think, a few months ago to see if I was interested in speaking again. And I remember having such a good time, like with the energy and the stage being so unique. It's such a cool experience. And especially the city, I think, where we have a hotel like near the city center, and it's on the water, and I got to walk around and explore, and I've had a really good time so far. So I knew when they invited me that it was something I was excited to come back and do.
I'm very glad to hear this. But in 2 years, how do you think tech landscape has changed over the 2 years?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, 2 years ago, I talked about the impact of AI on developer experience.
Yeah, I remember that.
I talked about, like I mentioned, GitHub Copilot, I think, at that time, and it was basically just doing like intelligent auto completion in code. And it's really wild to see where we are now with the impact of AI. It's like everyone, even outside of developers, people are using ChatGPT or AI every single day to get inspiration or to solve problems. I use it to come up with like talk titles and descriptions and ideas for slides and demos and basically anything. So the fact that, not just developers, but across all industries, we're using AI on a daily basis, I think is a big shift from where we were 2 years ago, where we were starting to move in that direction.
That was my next question, so we covered it.
Yeah.
Talking about your job and what you work in your company, how do you make developer tools both easy and simple and fun for developers to use?
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting situation for us. I'll give you a little bit of background. So I joined MakeSwift, which is a small startup, about a year ago. They had already been acquired by BigCommerce, which is an e-commerce platform. And so now I work within BigCommerce, running our developer experience team across all of our products. And we've kind of gone through this shift of, previously we had a stack for e-commerce that didn't really involve a lot of developer engagement. Now we have a very developer-focused product, something called Catalyst. And so we're kind of having to shift, like even internally with the employees that we have, hiring people that have more developer background, more developer experience, to bring that to the table to really understand what it's like for people that are using our product. So in terms of like ease of use versus flexibility, one of the things we've done is we have a reference architecture in Next.js, and it's basically a fully built out e-commerce store. And you get all the source code, so you can use what we've already done for you, and you also have the ability to customize it as much as you want to. So I think that's a pretty good balance of giving people a great place to start and already having done a lot of optimization and a lot of the things that you would need to do, doing that for you, but then also giving you the ability to customize where you want and need to.
And how is difficult to combine all those systems and streaming, re-rendering, everything? How is complicated?
Yeah, there's a lot. So in the specific project, it's called Catalyst. It's integrated with Next.js and React and all the latest features. And these are really new ideas and paradigms within the last couple of years, and it started to get some momentum. So I think one of the challenges is really education around those features. So if we build this thing and hand it off to you, if you want to customize it, you also have to understand all the things that we've done. And we found that a lot of developers that we've worked with, our agency partners, for example, don't necessarily have that experience yet. They haven't learned this new kind of world that we're living in with React and Next.js. So I think that's been one of the challenges, is having to help them learn what are all the things that we've done, so that if they need to go in and customize, they have a better understanding of what's going on.
And what would you advise to developers when they want to build both powerful but yet simple tools and projects?
Yeah. I think a big thing is just being aware of what all the trade-offs are in different technologies. Like I talked today about rendering strategies in Next.js and React, and there's a lot of different options. And honestly, it's kind of overwhelming if you're not intimately familiar with what all the options are and what the trade-offs are. So I would say find a tech stack, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what language or framework, whatever works well for you, but really understand that tool on many different levels so that you can make educated decisions on the trade-offs from performance or user experience to developer experience. You have to really understand all the impact of the changes that you're making so that you can make an informed decision.
Thank you very much. It was very useful and fun.
Thank you for having me.